Welcome to the Rural Revival Podcast. I'm your host, Dana Larson, and I am so excited to kick off the podcast for 2021. I could not have picked a better interview to kick off the year. We're talking with artist Amy Smith and fashion designer Cynthia Sarver of Textile Revival in Leipers Fork, Tennessee. Amy and Cyndi are working together to create wearable art through their one-of-a-kind pieces. Today, they're sharing about their business journey, their creative process, and how they're making their partnership work, and how they're breaking through the boundaries and doing things their own way. And let me just say, if you're a creative, you are going to love this episode. Also, I wanted to let you know we're going to be opening our Cultivate coaching group starting next week. Cultivate is designed for anyone who wants to grow your business and revive your town. Inside the group, you'll find valuable tools and strategies, as well as inside access to successful rural entrepreneurs and leaders who are making a difference. I would love to have you join us, and this is your chance. So, with so many people looking to live rural right now, there has never been a better time to revive your rural communities, and our Cultivate group has the tools, resources, and supportive community to help you get there. You can find all the details at ruralrevival.co/cultivate. I really hope to see you in the group. So go to ruralrevival.co/cultivate, check it out, and let me know if you have any questions. And now here we go with Amy Smith and Cynthia Sarver of Textile Revival. Okay, well, we're here with Amy Smith and Cynthia Sarver of Textile Revival in Leipers Fork, Tennessee. Guys, thanks for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Tell us about you. Have you both always lived in Tennessee?
You want to go first?
I was born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. Went to college in Conway, Arkansas, and then moved all over the country. And found Franklin and fell in love. It's home.
Yeah. How about you, Cynthia?
I was born and raised in Davenport, Iowa, Quad Cities, and I moved to Franklin about 6 years ago. Just wanted a big change in my game, and started doing my clothing, and met this girl, Amy, and it just happened. I mean, it's been going so fast.
Hard to keep up.
But it's not like there's nothing to do because it's all so easy, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like we get so much done, but it's not like work, you know? We just like move and move and move.
I love that.
Yeah.
So have you both always been creatives?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. You talk to us another couple minutes and you'll see our brain explode here in a minute. So you'll get it real quick.
And my boyfriend has said, y'all, you finish each other's sentences. I don't even understand what you're saying.
It's true.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, and mine says, just take a deep breath for a second and like try to focus on one thing. Like, no way.
It's a little hard.
So where did this idea for Textile Revival come into the picture?
I've been painting for years and years, and pottery, anything I get my hands on, photography, but mainly painting. And let's see, I met Cyndi and we decided, I loved her clothes. I'd bought several of her pieces before I worked with her, and she does just wonders with clothes. She can see a line and know that it's supposed to be a different way on a person. She can fit people to a glove. And so we did this pop-up together where she brought her creations, her clothes, and I brought my paintings. We did this blend of this show together, and from then, you know, we just said we really should just...
It was easy.
We really should just combine this. Mm-hmm. And we didn't know what that meant until we started just brainstorming.
Yeah.
And it went from, well, what if I did a painting and you sewed it? What if I did a painting and we ripped it up and you took it and put it into clothes? And then what if we took those clothes? And it just went on and on, and then here we go.
Yeah. And I always liked pulling apart something because it was like, it's never quite right. And it needs something, or a line needs to be changed, or it'd be so much more interesting if it just had this on it. And I just started doing it more and more, and then I would just be buying boxes of flannels. Let's make a flannel where you could actually put it with a black velvet long skirt with the pearls in it on the neckline. And I sold those things at flea markets for, much more than I thought I could. I just said, what's going to happen if I put that price on it? But I had people returning, coming back, and I just got a little tired of the weather, because you could have a really bad weekend and your tent's down 2 blocks overnight.
All that stuff. That's what we agreed to.
Yeah.
We said no more when we had this business.
Hard.
We're like, we don't want to do any more of that. Like,
but
we've done that work.
Yeah.
We've pushed through that both, and together we wanted to be.
And I
different.
wasn't raised being some seamstress. I didn't know what I was doing. In fact, I was watching Being Lauren, Ralph Lauren, that documentary they did, and I was like, oh, good. Yeah, see, I'm more Ralphie, because he didn't know how to sew. We can teach ourselves anything we want to. We know what looks good. So I taught myself when I finally had time to do that. I had 3 kids by the time I was 25 years old. I owned a business, and I worked hard every single day. I mean, it was just a nonstop thing for me. So I didn't have that extra time to put into anything I wanted to really do. So when that time came, I was just all in. Like, I don't care what I have to do. I'll drive a bus.
Yeah.
And I did. And I've never regretted it or thought, oh my gosh, I'm this age and I'm doing this. It's like, I am fortunate. I feel fortunate to be able to have something that I could do to, give myself that opportunity to go down that road I've always wanted to go. So just, again, work hard. And it's not really work when you love it,
It really happened organically.
We're
like, what could we do that no one's doing?
She works here in Leipers.
Yeah.
I come here a lot. Met her through her daughter. And I don't know if we want to talk about the school bus thing, but met her basically through her daughter.
I love that.
And then you want to talk about it?
You were my little spy on my.
Yeah, so
my
I
kid.
decided that, for me to have the time to devote to sewing, I needed to find something that was quick, and talked to this gal when I was at a Goodwill one day, and she drove bus, and she said, I drive 5 hours a day. I'm like, okay. And she's like, all your insurance is paid. And she's like, half my day's done at 8:30. I'm like, oh, I'm liking this more.
Yeah.
So I'd get home at like 9 o'clock, and then I would sew until like 12:30, and then I'd have to leave and then go back on the bus, but then I'd be home at, 4:30. So I did that for about 1.5 years, and I was driving Amy's daughter. So when I was set up at this flea market here, she came up and introduced herself. And that's when I told her that, I don't know if you know this, but your daughter has a boyfriend.
I was like, oh, we're going to be good friends now. I got eyeballs all over the place now. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then we just decided to combine forces. And, we wanted something that we could just do whatever we wanted. Didn't have to make sense to anybody. It could be so out of the box. We didn't want rules. We didn't want boundaries. We didn't want to have to.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Is like, let's do something with no boundaries. Let's produce something that we love, not what can we do for you, because that takes the fun out of it, takes all the creativity out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get the name Textile Revival?
That was a brainstormer.
Of course, I love it.
That was a tequila night. It started off as a different name, and then didn't we use Textile Revival as a by name? And then we were with Linda, and she's like, "Why aren't you using that name?" And then it was like, "No, we need a new by name."
Yeah.
La 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 la. Well, open up the tequila. We'll come up with it. Yeah. And I love Textile Revival, Creative Outlaws. That says us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the whole revival.
Yeah.
Of course, we're trying to think of words. They really
She's
make a difference.
words girl. Yeah.
Like, you can say something one way, and you can say it a different way, and it really matters.
We came up with a T-shirt, Words Matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's true. They
I
did
might
the whole
need that.
line.
I totally agree.
And it's just hand painted.
We did the whole line on that because they do
yeah.
matter.
Just,
But that whole word, like revival, was all about taking, like she's saying, taking good quality that we found and breaking them down and reviving them, putting new life, breathing new life into them. You can say it all the different ways, you know.
yeah.
And then we chose the phoenix for our logo. It's the same idea. You know, and it had a lot to do with us personally. We've all been through, you know, a lot. But to always get back up and to always find, to always know that, you know, there's better out there and it's coming your way. Just put one foot in front of the other and keep going.
Life is not easy.
Yeah, but it's worth it and it's good, you know.
You gotta stay focused and positive.
Yeah.
It serves you no purpose to do otherwise.
Yeah. So that whole idea of taking old and making it new, revival, and then textile, you know, that was an important word because we did clothes or threads or, I mean, we went through everywhere, but that
The canvas
textile,
she paints on is the textile.
I mean, every time we say
Yes.
textile, like we
Yeah.
rub our hands together, like
Yeah.
we're feeling something. There's just something gritty to that word that just makes you want to run your hands over some fabric or something, you know.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to limit it to just clothes because the textile, we make art out of our textile. The linen we paint on, the canvas we paint on, that's all textile too. So yeah, it just made sense, and we said it, and I knew when we said it, we would know.
Yeah.
It just like we'll know when we know,
Yeah.
and we said it, and we were like, that's it. So it was perfect.
Yeah.
And then Creative Outlaws was really important too because. it
Did you
just
get that
means-
at the same time, or was that separate?
Sort of. We
Yeah,
were
it
dancing
was
back and
close,
forth.
yeah.
Just this, you know, what about this, and then it was like, I don't even remember who said it together. Because it was like, that's it, we're done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it really says everything.
it does.
That we don't have rules and we do what, you know, people wouldn't think to do, like roll the couch with the wall color. Why
Yeah.
not?
And get after it, Amy.
Yeah, I just, whatever, it just works. And if it doesn't work, you
We'll
know,
change it.
well, and you can't be scared to try, and you can't be fearful of something may not work, because some of the best things we have ever made came from mistakes.
There are no mistakes.
That's true.
That's
though.
our thing.
I mean, I actually drip paint on something. I'm like, oh, that drip looks really cool.
Yeah.
What if we did 3 more?
Let's follow that rabbit hole.
Yeah. I did. It's like that was awesome. You know?
So in the beginning, you were literally in the garage, in one of your garages,
We
right?
started
Well,
at her
in
kitchen.
my kitchen.
Okay.
And so I had a sewing room off the kitchen. So I just opened that up. I had these racks in the kitchen, and I took over. I mean, Greg would come home and, darling, looks like a store in here. You know, he's trying
Yeah.
to get something to eat. And I'm like, out, I fix you something.
And that's when I got the name Second Wife, because I was there all the time. I was like, hey, Greg, when are you cooking us for dinner? Well, I had my studio, my painting spot in my garage, and she had her sewing. So I would do a part of mine, she'd do her, we'd come together, and we just do it in her
We
kitchen.
made it work.
Yeah, grassroots. You know, we started small and smart, and way we could handle it, and the way it felt right to us. And then we eventually needed more space, so we took over my whole garage, floored it, and did everything with that. And then we just said, we've got to get these clothes on people.
Yeah. So did you start with pop-ups, or did you do stuff like that? Or was it just literally word of mouth and people?
We thought about what direction we're going to take with the whole pop-up stuff, but then other things would happen. Like, you know, Becca's thing, we, you know, explain a little bit about that to her, about the show we did.
Yeah, we had a producer come to
So it was
us and,
pretty cool.
and want us to tell what was the
That's the
original
thing.
one called?
That's what
and
I
it
can't
led
remember.
into what we're doing now.
Yeah. She basically had...
Connection.
She had different
Connection
artists.
series,
She
yeah.
had a vocal artist. She had us as a visual artist. She had a gal who told folk stories and was real dramatic on stage with them. She's brilliant. I would have never known about her had we not done that. But we made some really good connections with that. And then from there, the gal that put that together came to us to do sort of a sizzle reel type of thing.
Yeah.
And
About
to tell our story.
Yeah. and how we find our stuff and how we collaborate and what we create and why we create. And then,
So we had to explain a lot in the beginning, which made us more aware of like, yeah, we are doing this. We are going down this path. Let's do this now. It kind of helped. You know, we just met the right people.
Yeah.
and we're big on intuition. And we're not going to doubt it. We're not going to think about it.
Right.
Hey, how's this feel? Feels good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And we just decided just to lean into it and knew that, you know, when we found the right space, we were going to do it. And there just wasn't a question. And then now that we've expanded,
And if we just
even-
start second getting ourselves, no, done,
Yeah.
over, let's keep moving,
Yeah.
not play into that, because you can't build something like this being negative or having second thoughts about anything. You gotta keep moving, and you gotta be strong. You gotta be sensible, and you have to be willing to take those risks.
Yeah. So every piece of fabric and clothing that you have is sourced. Why is that important to you?
Because there's so much great stuff out there, and it's being wasted. It's being set in the landfills. It's just, it's unfortunate for me to go into a store and see things that are made and expensive that I can just look at the seams and say, this thing's gonna fall apart. It's not made that well anymore. Not to say they're all like that, but most cases you can see that you're going to wash that about on your 10th time, and the seam's going to start coming out because everything is shipped and sent back and mass produced, and we're not about mass producing. We have one-of-a-kind pieces.
yeah, and it went into our whole idea behind our business, which, you know, textile revival, reviving old things and making them new, which is why the Phoenix is our logo, and, you know, breaking it down and coming back bigger and stronger and better, and it just fed into that perfectly, and we just loved that idea. And it also helped us to even challenge ourselves even more. We go to, you know, a state sale or a flea market or wherever we go, and, you know, we find this perfect barns. We find this. You know, we don't know what we're going to find. Yeah, dirty barns. We
Dirty
don't know what
barns
we're
and
going to
attics
find.
with recluse spiders, and you know.
Yeah, but we don't know what we're going to find, and then
A lot of friends are like, come on over. Got my grandma's stuff up in the attic. We're there.
yeah.
Wow.
But then as we find a piece, we don't know what we're going to find. Then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, here it comes.
It might
this
spark
would be
what
great
we're
for
going to do
this.
next.
And here we go.
Yeah.
So where do you get your inspiration from?
Everything.
Yeah, we try
Yeah.
really hard to walk with, you
just
know,
everything.
our eyes and hearts wide open. I mean,
Sometimes I have to like put my horse blinders on. It's like, I got something I'm doing right now.
I know.
Can't get distracted.
I can't
mean-
stop. I see you. I feel you. Maybe later, but just not right now.
You found feathers on that one you found at the gas station, like picked it up, and that was like this big inspiration for this print and this
sitting
way
at the
we could.
kitchen table talking about
Yeah.
something. I
Yeah.
can't remember what the heck that was, but it was. It had to do with the Warrior series we
Yeah.
were doing. And I ran out to the store. I came back. My car's by itself in the parking lot, and laying right at the door is this huge turkey feather. It was just beautiful. And it was like, this is it. This is that. I still have it. It's at my house, you know? It's like, this is like so inspiring. The colors, the softness, the movement. It
Yeah,
just-
but then
it made me think too that, you know, we're on the right path.
I mean, colors, we see,
Yeah.
pick up a, you know,
There's
we're doing a job now that the whole palette is inspired by the mushrooms and
The moss and the creek and
all
the
those colors are
mushrooms
just-
growing. Yeah.
So tell us about some of your collections, because you've mentioned that.
yeah.
Is that how you try to operate? Is one collection at a time, or?
It
We-
depends.
We kind of give ourselves the grace and freedom to not.
Freedom to move and do
If
something.
it starts to feel like we're forcing ourselves, we got to stop.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's going to feel forced and it's not going to be, you know, true. But we did start out with the Warrior collection, which was inspired by all the beautiful Native American, you know, the colors and the everything.
So with that, we
jewelry.
had patches
Yeah.
and the jackets. We had pants.
Yeah. And then we took that's when we made our very first big art piece, where we took all the scraps.
And do a final art together.
And we did like a 5x4 big art piece. That was cool how that came together, because I would paint and I'd give it to her, and we'd just say, do your thing, and she'd sew, and then she'd give it back to me, and she said, okay, do your thing, and I'd paint and and it just became this, I mean, it's really a cool piece. And then we had our shotgun series, which we wanted that to be really authentic, so we took all of our fabrics and everything we used, and we took it out to her woods and shot shotguns through it, so it'd be authentically, shot up with shotguns.
Yeah. Our first 3 were 3 series.
Yeah, we did
Kinda
the
go in
Phoenix
threes.
ones. We did the Phoenix,
did
was
the
our third
Phoenix.
one, all about coming up from the ashes and
That first
being
art
strong.
piece too was such a struggle at this moment, because it was like, God, is this right? Is it right? I like this. We're not sure about this.
Yeah, we've got
How's it going to turn out?
rinds of jeans in there. Like, how are we gonna? Is this gonna be cool?
Yeah.
Is this gonna be?
Yeah.
Because you always walk that line of it being like, it could be super kitschy and stupid real quick. So
Yeah.
you got to really make sure that we're towing that line.
And she did 2 paintings, so we could decide which one to shred depending on the feel of the fabric, how it would move with the jacket. So the one we picked and shredded, great. The other one we had back at her garage on the wall. And we were getting ready to shoot it, our final art project of the warrior, redone, end of story. Everything is going out. We have a photographer set up there, and putting sofa and the artwork in the background, with the meadow in the back, and the art was hanging over something, and it was hanging underneath the other one that we didn't use for a moment, because we were hauling things inside and out. But when I came back in, it was just like they were kind of lined up, and I shifted it, and I was like, oh my God, Amy!
They lined up
Look
perfect.
at this! It was so like,
Yeah.
well, we know it's right.
That picture's on our
Yeah.
Instagram.
And this
It was
part
cool. Yeah.
that we struggled over, that we left, was just so important. We'll have to show that to you before
Yeah.
you leave.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll tag that in the show notes so people can see that.
Yeah.
It's neat. Is there any more you want to talk about your creative process?
Our creative process is like a tornado.
Yeah.
To call it.
Yeah, literally, Tasmanian devil, loud music. May I say tequila?
Pizza. I don't know if we really have I mean, it's not like we sit down and say,
It
we
just
try to
changes.
sit down and say, this is what we're going
We
to
try
do
to do
today.
it right, but
We just can't.
right's not our way
Yeah.
all the time. We kind of just do our way. We've worked together long enough to know,
Yeah, and there's an ebb and flow too, because I know, like Cyndi, she needs a day where she can just get in here and find something and make it. Like,
Yeah.
this is what I wanted. Like, it's almost like her
Yeah.
release,
Yeah.
And it's not something that is on the agenda,
Yeah.
but.
Just pump something out without thinking.
And same with painting. It's like, I don't want to,
Yeah.
paint today what I'm supposed to be painting. I need to flesh this out. I need
Yeah.
to get this out and be free to paint, and
Yeah.
then come back. So
Yeah.
we both recognize that that's important in our creative process, is to
Yeah.
have that freedom to.
And sometimes we'll have a couple different projects going at the same time, so we can be like, okay, let's breathe on that one and go over here.
Yeah. I think that can be one of the big challenges of being a creative, because you aren't always in that moment where the inspiration is just hitting you.
Right.
But then when you hit those moments, like, it's just
Yeah.
like go, 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 go.
Yeah.
So how do you, because you're running a business, how do you ebb and flow with like those creative times, and then give each other the space where you're like, I'm just not feeling it today
Yeah.
or tomorrow, or
We
you
go
know.
through that. We
Yeah,
go through
absolutely.
that. Sometimes I'll get up early, and I have this big painting on my bedroom wall. It's the first thing I see when I open my eyes. That's always inspired me. And the light comes in and shines on it just so, and it changes, and I'll just pick up the phone and texting Amy, and she'll just be, oh my God, not even thinking about
Always-
being awake right now.
I know it's her when she texts me. I don't even have to look at it, because it's like, ding, 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 ding. You know, like she's one of those people that, you know, you have those friends who just can't say it all in one paragraph. They have to say it in 6 different
As
sentences
I'm
and
typing
6
and
different
sending,
texts.
5 things
Yeah.
come
Ding,
into my
ding,
head.
ding, ding, ding. I'm like, that's
And then I'm
Cyndi.
like, I can't type this fast without talking.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
But I mean, but I also think it's important that we don't just make clothes. We make jewelry. We don't just make clothes and jewelry. We
Hats.
make hats, and we make artwork, and we
Whatever we feel like.
recovered
We did
4
some
benches
lighting.
with a big old painting of mine that we ripped up, and we made furniture. And-
Took a big piece of sassafras wood out
Yeah.
of the forest and sculpted it.
Yeah,
Just
smoothed it out, and
okay, that was good. I needed that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to work.
And hey, guess what? It's for sale in the store. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's just, it all somehow has a common thread. It really does. And it looks like us and it always feels like us. But, you know, we don't always want to come in here and make a jacket. Some days that's all we want to do. And we just pull it off.
Sometimes it's just like, which one of the things that we've been talking about now as we've been doing this are we going to do next? That's the hardest decision, really. What to pick, because there's so much we
Yeah.
could do.
So you were telling me you moved into this space here at the shops at Leipers Corner, and you were open on the weekends, but then not during the week because you literally had to use that space for your studio.
Everything came off that table, which went to the center of that floor, and a mess. Friday
yeah.
night, clean up the mess. Open
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday.
And then back at it again.
Back at it again. And then when we heard about this, we're like, oh gosh, we couldn't. Sure we could. Let's do it.
Well, we were like, how can we not? It was more of,
We have to do it because we
lean
need
into
We
it.
need the space.
Yeah. So
yeah.
to explain this to our listeners, just this week, you
Yes.
got to expand your space into basically the space next door.
Yeah. Blew the wall out. The walls were dark. We had them painted, and we've just been working on it constantly. I mean, this is only 3 days.
Yeah.
We started this.
It's very impressive for 3 days, let me just say.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited because we can create now without
Yeah.
that thing saying we have to have this cleaned up by Friday.
Yeah. And be open like Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, we may open more.
Because can be over here working. Put a bell at the door, ding, go over there. So the time is always going to be spent usefully.
And I think it's good for people, some people, to come back here and see what we do and see how hard we work and see what goes into it. It just will connect, you know, better, I think, with
Yeah.
people and what we do. And we're raw. I mean, come see it. This is what we do.
Yeah, it's great. If you're a creative person like me, it just makes my brain, I'm filled with ideas. It's so inspiring. So it's great. What do you love about Leipers Fork? I mean, this is such a unique place. I just think this is such a special place. I've always
It
felt
is
that
a
way.
special place. I came here 12, 13 years ago just to visit. Just here 2 days and in and out. And I saw a picnic in the creek, people with waiters, wine glasses, picnic baskets, chandelier hanging. Okay, this is where I'm going to end up. So when I do go, this is where I'm going to come. So it was a no-brainer. The morning I woke up and said, I'm going to move. I mean, it happened that fast. Pulled the stuff out of my garage, put it on tables, sold my stuff in 2 weekends, just yard sale, put my house up for sale. Had to sell a business and didn't look back.
Good for you. Yeah.
It's the people here. I mean, I love the people that were born and raised here, and I love the mix of flow of others coming in and loving the same thing I did. And it's just, you'll see a mini mansion next to a trailer, and then it's all walks of life, and that's the way it should be. You know, it shouldn't be just everybody moving in and all these others have to move out. Everybody pretty much gets along. I mean, you have your small town stuff, of course, but, you know, it's pretty cool the way they all come together and help each other.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever been here for the parade, Christmas parade?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
You got, just to explain to people, you've got like Kid Rock driving this old, tricked out Cadillac.
You've got a truck with an outhouse on the back of it. Yeah.
And chickens on leashes.
Chickens on leashes.
I remember last year the guy had to carry his llama because it wouldn't walk. It's my favorite part of the whole thing.
You just don't know what you're going to
No.
see. Usually you're just watch, especially if you're a first timer with your mouth dropped.
Yeah.
Just,
Yes.
am I seeing this?
Yes. There's nothing.
I love that though.
Yeah. What's the biggest thing you've learned in the process of building this business?
To delegate QuickBooks to our bookkeeper.
Amen to that.
Yeah, stay in your lane.
Yeah, that's a good one. No. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're good at staying in our lane too. We're
Yeah.
it's all about delegating.
That really was, I mean, all joking aside, it wasn't, because when we started this business, we know our strengths and we know our weaknesses. And we just wanted to create and not have to worry about anything else. So from the ground up, we had people in place. So we started exactly the right way we needed to start it,
And
to
if
build
we
a
did
strong
it-
foundation. So
We knew someone that did.
yeah. And people came around. So that was a good lesson, I think. You know,
The community is very supportive.
absolutely. And I think something that we've both learned is there's something really important about showing, you know, she has 3 boys. I have a daughter and a son.
Yeah.
And there's, it's really been nice to show, you know, my children that, you know what, it may not bring the biggest paycheck, but you know, or it might. You never know. But as
Yeah.
long as you do what you love and you're happy, and I'm not just saying that because that's what you're supposed to say, but
that
it's
is-
truth.
And it's all of it for me too.
And it comes, you know, with
If you
believing
can-
in yourself comes the you know, the financial freedom of it, and it comes. But for our kids to see us
You
doing
can do what you
this,
love, but you also need to, they need to understand you have to work really hard.
Yeah, it's not all fun. You
It's
do have to
not
work
all
hard.
fun.
I mean,
All
we're
those
up
parts
here
you
all
don't
the
like
time.
doing, you have to do. And you have to maintain that speed.
What's been the most rewarding thing?
Seeing it come to life.
Yeah, being
every
successful
time.
with it.
Yeah. Just the positive people that are in our lives
Yeah.
that think we're just awesome.
Yeah.
Our boyfriends think we're awesome.
Yeah.
Our,
Well, we are. No, I'm just kidding.
our kids,
totally
our
kidding.
kids are, you know, very
kidding.
proud.
Yeah.
Love that we're doing something that, you know, makes us happy.
Yeah. And they are really proud of us. And that's, and you know,
I have 2 very creative boys. And then the third isn't. He always says, I can't even draw a stick figure, Mom. It's like, that's all right. He's got the computer skills.
Can he do your QuickBooks?
probably shouldn't mix family and
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
when it comes to
I'll get to you later, Mom.
yeah. Yeah.
When did you feel like people really started to take note? Like they really started to grasp onto what you were doing?
Well, it kind of started like I just kind of like, how are we going to grow this business? Well, let me just start putting feelers out. Like, would this person be interested in doing a story on us or with this? And never in a million years did I think we were going to get a
Yeah.
absolutely like, oh, awesome. Hey, you know, and then, you know, one of those happened to be Good Grit magazine. I just put it in the, like, do you have any story ideas? And I just did a blip, like, this is what we do. And well, like a couple months later, we got a thing in email, said we'd love to come out and do a story on you and photograph you. And that was just, it was a confidence builder for me because I knew I was not only in my head now, people were getting what was in my head. They were like,
It's an exciting time when that happens.
yeah, you know, like people are getting this and they want to know more and they want to hear what we have to say and we're and it's obviously making people feel good and it's positive or nobody would want to do that or nobody would want to read it or nobody would want to follow us. So obviously, you know, the energy and what we're putting out there is good for people and that's important.
Yeah.
what advice would you have for other entrepreneurs and creatives, especially creatives? I think it's important to talk about that piece, but who are wanting to bring an idea to life?
The world is loud.
Yeah.
And they need to quiet it, a little bit. And
do your storyboards.
Yeah.
Write down all the information in your head. Start trying to make sense of it. You can bring it into fruition. You just gotta sit at a table and do that work and really think hard about what you want and how you're gonna do it, and take those chances. It's not gonna happen until you do.
And you don't have to follow all the rules. We certainly aren't here because
We're
we did
always
everything.
about the byline is Textile Revival, Creative Outlaws. There are no rules.
Right.
Which, just opening up for the job that we are taking on recently, we never thought when we wrote this down and started doing it that we'd end up doing this piece of art in the forest, the sign, and
Art
going down
installations
this
and-
whole path of, the art installation. We never thought that, but it was such a no-brainer when she came to us. Like, this is
It was like, well,
exactly
we should do
what we
this.
want to do.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little switch, We'll come back to all this, and keep probably maintaining what we're doing, but it's a nice change, shift that's so creative. Yeah. And
Talk about some of those other pieces that you've got, other projects that you've gotten to work on.
We love doing a couple. We've worked with some great people and done some custom pieces for them, custom jackets. That's been really, really fun.
yeah, we had one gal that gave us 2 jackets.
Yeah.
She won't give them up. She won't give them to the Salvation Army because she loves them, but she doesn't like the way they look on her. The first thing I said is, the lines are wrong. You put it on, you don't see it right because the lines are wrong. Yeah, that's probably it. She's real tall, slender, beautiful. So one jacket was short, and one was a little longer. And I said, and I knew the answer, which is the only reason I asked it. What is there something that direction-wise you want us to do? Because we want full reign, but we also would like a hint of something if it was that special to them. And she said, I would never tell artists what to do. You have it, you take it, you do whatever. And we were like, oh gosh, game on. And she loved it, cried.
Yeah. I mean, that's when you know you're doing
Yeah.
the right thing, is when, you connect with somebody like that. But we work hard at that. We get up every morning and we think and we journal it and we have our coffee and we prepare for the day, and all that is part of the process.
Yeah.
Self-care, all that, finding balance with work and family, and all that is work. That
Surrounding
makes this thing
yourself
work.
around the right people.
Right.
And knowing when to not,
Yeah. Knowing when to say this is not our path, but
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And knowing when to say absolutely this feels right for
Yeah.
us.
It's got to feel good.
How do you have a successful partnership? Because it's hard when anytime you have 2 people who are
Sure.
different and have different
Just
creative
know-
ideas. Yeah.
Just know you're going to bump heads. I mean, that's part of the process. You're going to tick each other off every now and again. It's just, we are 2 wives. We're going to fight,
Yeah.
Like, we work we're so close to one another and in it together. And we're going to have disagreements and, might need it 6 to 8 hours away from each other, but it's part of the process. You can't be that close to someone and not have those. So expect that and
Yeah.
move on.
I mean, well, yeah, and we have so much going on that we choose to spend our time, doing this, and to make that choice is a lot. And it's funny because I'll see Cyndi working on something, or I'll do my thing to it, and then she'll do her thing to it. And sometimes like you do stuff with me, like it's not necessarily what you would have done, but it always sells. Someone finds
accept
it
it.
and loves it,
Yeah.
and so
Just got to accept it.
Yeah.
Because it's not just your product. It is a combined thing.
and
You got to let go.
Yeah, and I just keep, it's important to find, somebody to work with that I am like rock solid on what she believes in, where her inspiration comes from, and so from that can only come what's going to be right for us. Does that make sense? Like I know that our foundation, anything that comes from it is going to be the right thing for us now.
We,
don't doubt it.
2 days ago, had to move these 2 just horrible sofas out of this room that this guy left. And we were like, oh my gosh, let's get him out of here. And so we got him out, and then we had a friend donate this brown leather sofa that's smaller, and we thought, well, that'll probably work. So we carried that up. It was on the porch, and when I went downstairs to do something, came back up, she had paint on the roller and start painting the couch. I'm like, let it go. Just let it go. You go, girl.
And everybody's like, did you? That was brown leather.
It looks amazing. You would never know it wasn't white.
Everyone's like, was it going to crack? And you said, oh, no. I was like,
We
I
don't know.
Try
We'll
it.
find out.
If it does, we'll figure it out later. But for now, it's perfect.
Can always repaint it.
Yeah. So, just like whatever,
Well, what's next for you guys and for Textile Revival?
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, bring it.
I love that answer.
Bring an
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a way to do it. Whatever comes our way, and whatever comes our way will be right. And the way things just, one thing flows into another thing, and it's just all about being confident in our path and knowing that we are right where we should be right now.
Yeah,
There's a lot of comfort in knowing that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, how do we follow along? And
Yeah, Instagram, Textile Revival, and we have a website.
And we are in the process of making that website into a little art gallery,
Yeah,
too. So
more of a
that's going to be pretty
gallery.
exciting. Yeah.
So it shows a lot more of our custom work, what we can do. So
Keeping
people
up
can
with
have
that's
ideas.
another whole,
oh yeah,
and,
Yeah,
we're
that's
selling.
work, too,
And it's
yeah.
like, oh, we got to take that down. Oh, my goodness. Let's make it into a gallery.
Sometimes we hit the wall. Yeah, but come see us too in Leipers Fork.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, just to see.
We're
just
open
to-
Thursday through Sunday now, so.
Yeah. And
Perfect.
Yeah.
we're upstairs in this cool building, and and all the shops in Leipers Fork. I mean, if you haven't
Great
been, you've got to
stores
come
here.
see
Yeah.
everybody here.
yeah,
It's all wonderful people, and it just feels good out here.
yeah. It's a great place.
Yeah, we're lucky to be here.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks guys for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Well, I love Amy and Cyndi's creativity, and I can't get enough of their designs. And I don't know about you, but that conversation just made me want to go create something. Be sure to go give Textile Revival a follow on Instagram and check out what they're doing. I trust you're super inspired from today's episode and probably have a handful of people you know who would love to hear it, especially those creatives in your life. So go ahead and text them the link and leave us a kind review while you're at it so we can keep spreading the Rural Revival message far and wide. And stay tuned in with us on Instagram and Facebook at Rural Revival Co. to keep updated on this podcast and all things Rural Revival related. And we'll catch you next time on the Rural Revival podcast. Have a great day, everybody.